If you forget names, lose focus, or walk into a room and forget why, it's probably not your age. The real cause might be silently damaging your brain every day. Many people believe that forgetting names, misplacing keys, or losing focus is simply a normal part of getting older. But here's an important truth. Memory loss is not caused by aging alone. In most cases, it is driven by modifiable lifestyle and health factors, things we can actually improve. Today, I will share 5 key reasons why memory declines and what you can start doing about them. Chronic inflammation is one of the most overlooked causes of memory loss and cognitive decline. Unlike acute inflammation, which happens when you cut your finger or get an infection, chronic inflammation is a slow, silent process that stays active inside the body for years. Many people don't feel it, but their brain does. Your brain is made of billions of delicate nerve cells that communicate through chemical and electrical signals. Inflammation disrupts this communication. It damages the protective coating around nerves, interferes with neurotransmitters, and weakens the brain's ability to form and retrieve memories. Research shows that long-term inflammation is strongly associated with conditions like brain fog, forgetfulness, slow thinking, and even increased risk of dementia. This is not because of aging itself, but because inflammatory chemicals gradually injure brain tissue. So where does this inflammation come from? The biggest contributors include highly processed foods, excess sugar and refined carbohydrates, industrial seed oils, smoking and alcohol, chronic stress, and poor gut health. Many common modern foods trigger inflammatory responses in the body. Sugary snacks, white bread, soda, fried foods, and packaged meals create spikes in blood sugar. These spikes cause the body to release inflammatory compounds that circulate everywhere, including the brain. Another major source is poor gut health. About 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. When your gut bacteria are imbalanced, toxins can leak into the bloodstream and trigger inflammation that eventually reaches brain tissue. Inflammation also affects the brain's ability to remove waste products. One of these wastes is beta amyloid, a protein linked to memory problems. When inflammation is high, the brain's cleaning system becomes less efficient. The good news, chronic inflammation is highly reversible. You can calm inflammation naturally by adjusting daily habits. Start with food. Focus on leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula, berries, fatty fish like salmon or sardines, olive oil, nuts and seeds, turmeric, ginger, garlic. These foods contain antioxidants and polyphenols that neutralize inflammatory chemicals. Next, reduce inflammatory triggers. Cut back on sugar and sweetened drinks, limit packaged and fried foods, avoid trans fats and ultra-processed snacks. Hydration also matters. Even mild dehydration increases inflammatory markers and worsens brain fog. Gentle daily movement further lowers inflammation. Walking, stretching, and light strength exercises help flush inflammatory compounds from tissues and improve circulation. Sleep plays a powerful role too. During deep sleep, your body releases anti-inflammatory hormones that repair brain cells. Most importantly, understand this. If inflammation is driving your memory problems, your brain is not broken, it is irritated, and irritated tissue can heal. Lowering inflammation often leads to clearer thinking, better focus, and improved recall within weeks or months. Memory loss is not aging, it is often inflammation asking for attention. Your brain represents only about 2% of your body's weight, yet it uses roughly 20% of your body's energy and oxygen. This means your brain is extremely dependent on healthy blood circulation. Every memory you form, every thought you generate, and every decision you make requires oxygen-rich blood reaching brain cells. When blood flow slows, brain cells struggle to function properly. This is why poor circulation is one of the leading hidden causes of memory decline. As we age, blood vessels can become stiffer and narrower. Plaque buildup, high blood pressure, insulin resistance, and lack of physical activity all contribute to reduced blood flow. When circulation decreases, less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach memory centers such as the hippocampus. The result? Slower thinking, difficulty recalling words, mental fatigue, poor concentration, increased forgetfulness. Importantly, this is not neuron death at first, it is underperformance. Brain cells are alive, but they are undersupplied. Imagine trying to run a car engine with a clogged fuel line. The engine isn't broken, it simply isn't getting enough fuel. The same concept applies to your brain. Many people with memory complaints actually have vascular or blood flow related issues rather than degenerative brain disease. Factors that reduce brain circulation include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes or prediabetes, smoking, long periods of sitting, and dehydration. Improving circulation can significantly improve memory, even later in life. The most powerful tool is movement. Walking 20 to 30 minutes per day increases blood vessel flexibility and boosts nitric oxide production, which relaxes arteries and improves flow. Even shorter walks after meals reduce blood sugar spikes that damage blood vessels. Strength training is also valuable. Muscle contractions help push blood back toward the heart and enhance circulation throughout the body. Hydration is essential. Blood is mostly water. When you are dehydrated, blood becomes thicker and harder to move, reducing oxygen delivery to the brain. Certain foods naturally support circulation. Beets, leafy greens, garlic, citrus fruits, dark chocolate, small amounts, omega-3 rich fish. Managing blood pressure is critical. Uncontrolled hypertension gradually damages tiny brain vessels, leading to micro-injuries that accumulate over time. The encouraging truth: improved blood flow can revive sluggish brain cells. Studies show that increased circulation leads to better memory, faster processing speed, and improved attention, even in older adults. Your brain does not suddenly wear out. In many cases, it is being underfed. Restore blood flow, and you often restore clarity. Memory loss is not aging, it is frequently poor circulation. Your brain is a biochemical organ. Every thought, memory, and emotion depends on nutrients acting as building blocks and chemical messengers. When key nutrients are missing, brain performance declines, regardless of age. One of the most common deficiencies linked to memory problems is vitamin B12. B12 is essential for nerve insulation, myelin, and neurotransmitter production. Low B12 can cause forgetfulness, confusion, brain fog, poor concentration, tingling, or numbness. Older adults are especially prone to B12 deficiency because stomach acid declines with age, making absorption harder. Another critical nutrient is vitamin D. Vitamin D receptors exist throughout the brain. Low levels are associated with poor memory, slower thinking, and increased dementia risk. Omega-3 fatty acids are major structural components of brain cell membranes. Without enough omega-3s, neurons become less flexible and less able to transmit signals efficiently. Magnesium supports hundreds of enzymatic reactions in the brain, including those involved in learning and memory formation. Deficiencies do not usually cause dramatic symptoms at first. Instead, they quietly reduce brain efficiency. People often assume this decline is aging, when it is actually nutritional. Why are deficiencies so common? Highly processed diets, low intake of seafood and vegetables, reduced absorption with age, certain medications, acid blockers, metformin, diuretics. Blood testing can help identify deficiencies, but even without testing, improving diet quality greatly supports brain nutrition. Focus on nutrient-dense foods. Eggs, fatty fish, leafy greens, beans and lentils, nuts and seeds, yogurt or kefir, mushrooms, whole grains. Sunlight exposure supports vitamin D production. Even 15 to 20 minutes several times per week can help, depending on location and season. Supplements may be useful when deficiencies are confirmed, but they should not replace whole foods. When nutrients are restored, many people experience sharper thinking, better recall, improved mood, more mental energy. This improvement can occur at any age. Your brain is not old, it may simply be undernourished. Feed it properly, and it often responds. Memory loss is not aging, it is frequently nutrient starvation.
Sleep is not rest. Sleep is active brain maintenance. During deep sleep, your brain performs essential tasks, clears toxic waste, strengthens memory pathways, repairs neurons, consolidates learning. One of the most important systems active during sleep is the glymphatic system, the brain's waste disposal network. It flushes out harmful byproducts that accumulate during waking hours. When sleep is short or fragmented, this cleaning process is incomplete. Toxins build up, memory suffers. People who regularly sleep less than 6 hours per night show poor attention, reduced learning capacity, slower reaction time, increased memory errors. Chronic sleep deprivation is also linked to higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. Sleep problems become more common with age due to changes in circadian rhythm, medications, pain, and stress. But poor sleep should never be accepted as normal. Signs that sleep is harming memory: waking unrefreshed, daytime sleepiness, brain fog, difficulty focusing, forgetfulness. Quality matters as much as quantity. You need enough deep and REM sleep. Ways to improve sleep: go to bed and wake at the same time daily. Avoid screens 1 hour before bed. Keep bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid heavy meals late at night. Limit caffeine after noon. Morning sunlight helps reset your internal clock, making nighttime sleep deeper. Gentle evening routines, reading, stretching, prayer, or breathing exercises signal the brain that it is time to rest. When sleep improves, memory often improves quickly. Many people notice clearer thinking within days. Sleep deprivation mimics dementia-like symptoms. Restore sleep, and those symptoms often fade. Your brain is not broken, it is tired. Memory loss is not aging, it is often sleep debt. Stress is not just emotional, it is biological. When you experience stress, your body releases cortisol. Short-term cortisol helps you respond to danger, but when stress is chronic, cortisol remains elevated. High cortisol damages the hippocampus, the brain's primary memory center. This leads to difficulty forming new memories, trouble recalling information, poor concentration, mental fatigue. Chronic stress also reduces the growth of new neurons and weakens connections between existing ones. Modern life exposes people to constant low-level stress, financial worries, health concerns, family responsibilities, news exposure, and digital overload. Over time, the brain remains in survival mode instead of learning mode. This shifts resources away from memory formation. Stress also worsens inflammation, sleep, and blood flow, multiplying its impact on cognition. The encouraging truth: the brain can recover from stress-related damage. Lowering cortisol allows memory centers to rebuild. Effective stress reduction tools include slow, deep breathing, prayer or meditation, walking in nature, gentle exercise, social connection, limiting negative media. Even 10 minutes per day of intentional relaxation lowers cortisol. Laughter is powerful medicine. It reduces stress hormones and increases blood flow to the brain. Purpose also matters. Engaging in hobbies, volunteering, or creative activities protects cognitive function. When stress decreases, people often report clearer thinking, better focus, better recall, more mental energy. Not because they became younger, but because their brain was no longer under attack. Memory loss is not aging, it is often chronic stress. Your memory is not fading because you are getting older, it is fading because your brain is asking for better care. Lower inflammation, improve blood flow, feed your brain, sleep deeply, calm your stress. These small daily choices can create big changes. Your brain was designed to repair itself. Your mind was designed to stay sharp. And starting today, you can begin protecting both. Here on Senior Health with Grace, we share practical habits that help you age strong, sharp, and independent. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.